Cup flipped over. Sorry about that, guys. Now it doesn't want to stand up. So maybe some of you guys, a cup has spilled over and it doesn't want to stand up, or you no longer want to stand up for something that you previously stood up for. And so because you're going on your path, so that's what I got from that. I think that's important. So I could cut it out of the video, but I'm not. So looks like you guys are gonna have 2 videos. That works for me. Gonna see me shuffle. Okay. So this is gonna be your 7 chakra. Okay. We are ready. So I'm gonna pull the 7 cards that should be your root chakra. Alright, so I'm gonna flip them all over. Then we're gonna go down the line. Alright. We have the 9 of Earth. So that is Virgo energy. Talks about being single, independent, abundant, self-sufficient. Okay, the 9 of Earth. You are tilling your land and reaping the harvest, and you have mastered that, worked very hard to maintain your abundance. You take good care of yourself. They consider this like a baby emperor or empress card, where you understand the things that you like, the lifestyle that you want to lead, and you also are becoming abundant, or you are not becoming, but you are abundant and established as far as on your own, standing on your own 2 feet. Because this person, as you can see here, is standing on their own 2 feet. They're looking to broaden their horizons in order to turn this. The next card up from that would be the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so that would be a legacy, generational wealth, something that you till. For example, you tilling seeds in the ground, because this is Virgo energy, is earth energy, and it produced fruit, harvest, grain, corn, whatever you seeds that you've planted, and that harvest can feed communities, people. It can continue. You can sell it for a profit. It can continue to reap harvest from the things that you have invested in. Okay, and that could also be, it doesn't have to necessarily be seeds. It could be you investing in like a retirement account, and now it's to a point where you're, even if you had to retire early or so, you would be able to maintain your lifestyle going forward in years to come. Okay, we have the 6 of Water, which is, let me cover the card before I show it. It is Scorpio energy. It talks about past history. It talks about reflection. It also talks about memories, childhood memories. You can see this card actually is like a mermaid, a mermaid who is laying near the shore looking at the reflection in the water, and there's fishes here. So a lot of you guys are reflecting on past history, relationships. You might be reconciling with someone, or someone seeking to reconcile with you. It could be a Scorpio. Take that however it resonates, or you can have this in your chart where it has you in a childhood nostalgic reflective period of when you were single and you were abundant and you were able to stand on your own 2 feet, and you're going back and going through those childhood memories of things that made you happy, made you feel complete and whole. So that is beautiful energy. We have the 3 of Earth, which is Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with one and have that in your chart. It talks about collaboration. It talks about working together. Teamwork makes the dream work. So as you can see here, it is 3 giraffes here, right? And they are land animals, okay? And the giraffes are taking the food here to feed their young, okay? So it's like they are able and capable people who have, not people, but the animals have the longer neck so they can reach the higher trees to get the better vegetation. Otherwise, the young will be forced to eat the dirt on the ground because the young's neck is not high enough to reach the tree. So you have one here who actually reaches up, right? You see this one reaches up and gets the vegetation out of the tree. The best vegetation passes it to the next one. And you could say this could be like a father, a mother, or a father figure, mother figure, and young that they are taken care of by one reaching up, getting the best vegetation, passing it to the other one, and that one passes it, the good vegetation, to the young so that the young could be fed. But everybody working together in their and my dog just barked. So everyone working together with their gifts, their talents, their skills, and ability to complete the whole. So some of you guys could be reflecting on what would be a good team, who you have on your team, and whether or not everybody's contributing as they should. Then you have the 9 of fire, which is Sagittarius energy. It talks about perseverance. It also talks about being pressured. The one in this card, it has somebody who is laying near candles on a mat. So you could be reflecting on situations that had you pressured, that you felt like you had to persevere through. Maybe some of you guys were struggling. Maybe some of you guys felt sick. And at this time, you're just trying to protect your energy so that you can cleanse. As you can see, this person's in a white robe right now. If you're in this protective space, you're protecting yourself. It looks like it could be from certain team collaborations that you feel like don't serve your highest good, only put you in this protective state to where you feel like you have to cleanse yourself. This person's laying up under candles, so you could be praying, you could be fasting, and cleansing your energy, clearing your energy, and protecting yourself either from certain teamworks or collaborations that are not as peaceful and harmonious as the one that was, of course, displayed on this card. And then we have Oshala, which is the Emperor card in this deck. Okay, so that's in your root chakra. So a lot of you guys are in your Emperor energy, divine masculine, divine feminine. And as you can see in this card, you have the Most High guiding this person here and training this person as to how they can embody this Emperor energy. So you have to pass tests. This person has a looks like a flower in their hand, a sword in the other hand. That's why I mentioned it embodies all the kings in the deck. This person is on the go, ambitious, so driven, going on their path and purpose, being guided by the Most High. They're in tune in the signs, synchronicities. You have the water here, so they're highly intelligent, emotionally, mentally, and physically, getting more agile. So this is beautiful Aries energy, and this is a beautiful way to show Aries energy. They are following the light. They are embodying that light energy. So I love it. So you're choosing the light path, and you're going towards protecting your energy and running away from what we have here, dwarves and gnomes, which is earth energy. So dwarves and gnomes can be people who are stingy, people who are they are known as like cave dwellers. They dig mines and bury or bring out the gold, but they kind of sit on it. So like miser type of energy. So it looks like that Emperor energy is leaving this miser type of energy, and this brings back that parable, as I mentioned before, of someone burying a pinnacle and then just kind of sitting on it. And then when the Most High comes to collect or ascertain what you did with it, this person's still sitting in the same spot. Whereas in the Emperor card, you can see the difference. the Emperor is on the move, being trained by the Most High in their purpose. Okay, so you see the difference between those two energies, and it looks like that you are on your journey, your path, and it's also away from this. We have here the enslaved prisoner. Okay, so this would kind of be like that sacrificial energy. It is not. It could be considered like the hangman. So some of you guys could have Pisces in your chart or be dealing with one. This dwarves and gnome could be considered like the Four of Pentacles. So some of you guys could have Capricorn in your chart and be dealing with one. So when it comes to the enslaved the enslaved prisoner, this is like that sacrificial energy that being pulled by the chains of other people, which keeps you hemmed up, locked down, and unable to move here. It also talks about you staying put in this miser energy, and then nothing flowing from that. You're trying to hold on to things that you have that aren't serving you, and time is just passing. You see the moon and the stars, they're not changing. So it looks like you guys are escaping that energy and going towards self-protection, healing, possibly prayer, going back to your roots. Okay, that's what it looks like, so that you could be single, independent, and abundant. So this is good energy, I feel like, because those are the trials and tribulations we all go through in life. Life be lifing. Okay, let's check your sacral chakra. So this is your creative energy. Okay, here we go. So flip them all over as I did before. Okay. So we have here 10 of water. So this talks about family. You can see there's all fishes here, and they are all holding up this one fish here in the middle. So it talks about family, happiness, harmony, joy, celebration, unconditional love expressed by everyone involved. Everyone contributes to the whole, so everyone is well fed, well taken care of, well protected. So this is Pisces energy. It's like maintaining your family and being happy and feeling fulfilled emotionally. Okay, so that's beautiful energy in your sacral chakra. We also have message from fire. So some of you guys could be feeling fired up, could be feeling very creative and passionate right now. So that is good energy right here. Then we have the guardian angel, Sagittarius energy. Oh, let me cover it up. Sagittarius also are like water energy, so they'll have a mix between water and fire. So this talks about balance. It talks about angelic energy, cleansing, clearing, harmony, balance. It also talks about divine guidance, and earth angel type of energy, where you get what you give, in a sense. So as much as you put in is as much as you get out. And it also talks about contributing. If you think about angelic host, there are fallen angels, but if you just the positive part of it, if you think about angelic hosts, they are guidance. They are people that help others, people that contribute to the well-being of others, people that seeks to create harmony and balance for everyone involved, try to keep everything everything leveled and everything harmonious out. Everyone has their part to play. So then we have the 3 of air. So Libra energy, you could be dealing with, have that in your chart. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, have that in your chart. Talks about heartbreak, disappointment, third-party situations. You can see this one, this bird here after this other bird, and these both are birds of prey, and this other bird of prey is down here. So there's 3, and one is in the shadow of the other one, and this one's rising above both of these, and this one's the ultimate predator. So maybe some of you guys went through a heartbreaking situation, a painful situation where there's a third party, and you're disappointed, and now you're just trying to balance your energy out. So on the left hand side, it looks great. On the right hand side, after heartbreak, disappointment, you have the Six of Wands. Leo energy, victory, success, recognition, winning. Okay, but winning in a way of, when you talk about the Six of Wands, it's when you're on your path and you're doing what you're divinely ordained and inspired to do. The Most High will bless you, and that those blessings flow to the whole community when everyone's on the same path, on the same also living in their purpose, and that purpose has them follow behind the leader, basically, because Leo energy is King of Wands energy. Is also a very fiery energy. My dog barked, so he's a Leo. So it's like giving attention, this person receiving attention and recognition. Okay, so after the Three of Swords is that energy, so that's great. And we have the earth element. So some of you guys could be facing a victory when it comes to your abundance, when it comes to grounding yourself, balancing yourself out, preparing for ultimate partnership. This could also be like the Ace of Pentacles, the ultimate abundant, clearing out your soul, paying off debt, and clearing your karmic contracts and soul contracts to the degree of where you are purifying yourself, regrounding yourself, and this is reestablishing your abundance. So a lot of you guys, when it comes to abundance, you are in the Six of Wands in your creative, passionate energy. You do have a message from fire over here. You have the Ten of Cups here, the ultimate wish fulfillment. And in the two middle here, you have on the one hand the Three of Swords, but on the other hand, the Temperance, which would be the guardian angel here. So your guardian angels are guiding you out of whatever heartbreaking situation has occurred, and that's great. You are elevating, okay? Now we're going to do your solar plexus, which is your confidence. It also talks about your inspiration as well, but it's more like an inspiration when it comes to your standards. Confidence can also come from, you have to be careful with the ego. So this will give information in regards to where you stand on that. Let us see. Okay, you have the Four of Fire in your confidence. So you are confident in some type of union. It could be a marriage, and collaborating with people who are on your same path. Everything is all harmonious. Everyone's helping you. This is four guys here, and this is like a union of like-minded individuals who are pure in heart and intentions, and seeking out marriages, unions. They're following their path, and they're going towards the water to cleanse themselves. So this is great energy. You're confident that you are going towards something that will be for your highest good and lead to Four of Wands energy, union, marriage, commitment, a solid foundation, and that is Aries energy. Great. We have the message from water. Okay, this also looks like the Chariot, so you could be dealing with a Cancer or have that in your chart. But a message from water just basically indicates that the universe is telling you to be confident about your forward movement, your pathway forward. You're emotionally mature and balanced now, so you're able to move forward. And then you see this person in the shell, so you're protected from any arrows or things that may come your way. You see these red clouds, and you're covering yourself and continue to move forward on your visions, goals, and dreams. So that is beautiful energy. Okay, you also have like the yin and yang here, so you're balancing out your different energies. Okay, so it's kind of like you could view this as masculine, feminine energy. You could view this as two feminine energies, balancing those both out, your light and your dark side. You can see this as two masculine energies, balancing out your masculine energy, your light and dark side, understanding yourself and moving forward. Okay, then we have the Ace of Earth. Okay, so a lot of you guys are moving forward towards ultimate commitment, spiritual solid contract union, your soul contract, which will really be your contract with the Most High. You planting seeds and being an ultimate seed and producer for the Most High, which guarantees you abundance, guarantees you a solid foundation, guarantees you a new start, fresh beginning, grounding, and as well as it is earth energy, so it would be more like that's also kind of nurturing energy, protecting the earth, and having appreciation for the planet. So a lot of you guys are going towards this ultimate abundance. I mean, this is all great energy to the left. And when it comes to being confident, it comes to being happy, it comes to being secure. Then you have the fairies and slips. Okay, so this card to me indicates a sort of phantasma around your happiness. You're lighthearted. Fairies are seen as very lighthearted and cheerful individuals. So you're confident that you're got your wings and you're purifying yourself and you're happy and you're kind of in this kind of childlike energy, and that is great. So we also have then here at the end the Five of Water, Five of Cups, which can be drowning in sorrow. This is Scorpio energy, regret, embarrassment, and being ashamed, drowning in your emotions. So some of you guys maybe went through a situation where you felt embarrassed. You see this guy holding on to this last branch here, trying to cleave on to this tree so that he doesn't drown in the water. So this could be some of you guys are drowning in your emotions, your regrets, your memories, and you were clutching, looking for a lifeline, and you have one. So with all the rest of this energy, I mean, it looks like you flew above it. So this is air energies. It can also be seen like the Ace of Swords, very intuitive, very sharp and mentally stable, and as well as, like I indicate, this to me is almost like the Page of Swords, curious, as well as like kind of research oriented, on your toes when it comes to investigatory type of energy as well. So that's that kind of curiosity. And then it's about a soul contract, your ultimate fulfillment when it comes to abundance, your contract with the Most High being sealed, okay, and moving forward towards a union. So this looks like in a stable foundation, great energy in your confidence, okay. How many cards was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. All right, let's go to the heart space. You guys are in great energy. I'm loving it. Okay. All right, we have the Outcast. Okay, so this card is kind of to me like the Fool card. It talks about you having a fresh start, charting your own path. This person don't have anything. I ain't got nothing but worries, his own little sack here. And it talks about going, having a fresh start, willing to travel paths untraveled, and walking by faith and not by sight, having a fresh new beginning. So some of you guys are taking a leap of faith towards that. And then we have Shango here, which is Libra energy. It's that justice energy, meditative, reflective, and very solid in your mental capacity, recovering, covering yourself and not letting anything affect your mind and what it is, things that you need to do. You meditate on it. So a lot of you are embodying this energy, or you could be dealing with the Libra, have that in your chart. You could be dealing with an Aquarius and have that in your chart, because that came out before. So this is kind of like, to me, that lotus flower bomb energy. This is that I know right from wrong, and I am going to embody my highest energy of reflecting on what would be just and what would be unjust in situations, and using wisdom and discernment rather than letting any other voices influence me. I'm going to think of things from my highest good and seek guidance and instruction from the Most High as to what is the appropriate way to deal with this. This reminds me of King Solomon in the Bible, once again, for those who are religious, who had decisions to make in regards to the people that he judged, and those decisions that he made were based on his investigation, that fairies and slith energy of how people operated, their responses, and him being making sure that he made the right and just and fair decision. So there was one about a story about a man who came to the city, and there was another king. I don't believe it was King Solomon, but it could have been. And he came to the city of, I believe it was Jerusalem, and he wrote on the wall. He lost his three, I guess you can just call them gold coins. And he wrote on the wall, whoever, he lost his two, I'm sorry, gold coins. And he wrote on the wall, whoever finds this, my sack of gold coins, then please return them to me. So somebody found the sack of gold coins. They brought them back to that man, and the man inspected it, and it said also on the wall that whoever finds it, they'll get a gold coin. So the person gives it to him, and he's like, hey, this is can you give me the gold coin that was promised on the wall? I found the sack, here it is. And the man said, oh, actually there was 3 gold coins. I miswrote the message on the wall, and so now I can't give you a gold coin because you already stole one. And so they went before a judge, right? And the judge, using his wisdom, said, hey, he said to the man, hey, how many gold coins did you have? And the man said, I had 3. And he went to the other guy. He said, swear before the Most High. And he swore. Then he went to the other man and said, hey, how many gold coins was in the sack when you found it? And the man said, there were 2. And he said, swear to me by the Most High. And he swore also. And then he went to the man who had the sack, and he said, give me the sack, and I'm going to give it to this man. And this man gets to keep the gold coins, because the Most High wanted to bless this man by giving this man the 2 coins that were in the sack. And you need to go rewrite the message on the wall and put 3 gold coins instead, because this is not your sack. So that was a lesson in, when that man was trying to be greedy, it was a lesson about greediness, okay? So you wanted more than you originally came with, and you tried to get someone else to give you extra that you didn't have, or take extra from someone else that you had promised to give, and you broke a promise, and therefore you got nothing, kind of thing. Okay, we have Oshun energy. This is like the Queen of Cups energy. It talks about it's divine feminine energy, and you can also see it like the Empress energy. But since you could also see it like the Queen of Pentacles, okay, because she does have gold chains around her. So you could look up Oshun, but she embodies divine feminine energy. So some of you guys could be meditating about divine feminine energy that you would like to seek justice with, that you believe is a more fair, equal partnership. They're both sitting on the ground and actually next to each other. If you know the story about Oshun and Shango, they were married, and they had a partnership. There was other things that happened within that, but to me that's not important, because what I'm seeing here is in your heart space, you are seeking to do right be upright and be on your highest path. And then we have the Six of Earth here, which is the Six of Pentacles, and I kind of described that before. That wasn't your heart space, so it's popping up again. Equal give and take. You can see here everybody contributing in the community to give and playing their parts and their roles here to make sure that there is a cohesive whole. Every person is playing their part and contributing, so that is great energy. Okay, so then we are going to go to the throat chakra. Okay, so we have Ogun, which is actually Cancer energy. That's the Chariot card. So as you can see here, it talks about Cancer energy is also like warrior energy, protective, also forward moving. Ogun was a warrior. So you can look this up and learn about Ogun when it comes to that Chariot energy. There's also some there was chariots in the Bible, so it talks about you have to be weary of like pride and ego, and also continue to move forward towards destruction, or chartering forward towards destruction when it's not in alignment with the Most High, or it's not what the Most High is guiding you to, and if you're not being a warrior for the Most High. So some of you guys could be in this kind of Cancer driven forward movement energy, and you're telling this, because this is communication, you're communicating this, that you're ready to move forward, chart your path, and you're willing to stand your ground or defend yourself from anyone who may challenge you. Okay, because it's your life, and yeah, it's your life. We have the Shanapana energy. So this energy to me is kind of like the Seven of Cups, which would be Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with that or have that in your chart. You could be dealing with a Cancer, have that in your chart. This is kind of like that drunken, delusional, confused energy. This person kind of just wanders around, trying to cover themselves up, trying to cover their shame. There's also like an African tribe that they do this Shanapana dance, and this person ends up levitating. So it's kind of like being in this like confused, dazed energy, drinking too much. So that'd be like that Seven of Cups, overindulgent energy. Okay, so some of you guys could be speaking on someone who is like that, or communicating that maybe you were like that and now you're ready to move on from that. You're no longer wanting to be confused in this delusional, head in the clouds type of energy, or confused about multiple options, or trying to figure out the difference between which options you would like, or what you would need to compromise in order to make some kind of overindulgent behavior work. Okay, you have to be careful with that. And then we have a Liba, okay, which is like these are masks, right? And it's like picking on different masks, putting on different masks. This is also like the Three of Wands, so expanding your horizons. You have worn these different masks here, and you could be communicating about the fact that people had different faces around you. You see the eyes, and the eyes become mouths, and the mouths become eyes, and maybe you've observed behaviors that you believe people are being fake, or wearing masks and not showing their true self, and not standing in their purpose or their true power. And you're communicating this to people, that you see through them, you see what they're all about, you see what their intentions are, you're not with that. It's also kind of like fire energy, so it could be this Three of Wands, Aries energy, like you have expanded your horizons. You've seen, tried it, tested each mask out everyone wears, and they just keep cycling through. Okay, so and they're not actually moving, they're in place. Okay, so you're like, you put in place these masks, I don't like it, and I need you to, like, be your authentic self, take the mask off. Okay, so this is the communication energy, and the strongest thing is the Chariot. Okay, so let's look at the third eye chakra. Okay, so we have Karma and the Five of Fire. Okay, so some of you guys could be fighting to do what's right, or fighting for what's right. So you take that however you resonate. Five of Wands, Leo energy, and Karma, Justice, Libra energy. So you could be dealing with that or have it in your chart. You see here you have a young woman turning into an older woman, balancing the scales out and fighting. You're either fighting and fighting the dragon, which is, you know, the trick of the devil. Which one is right? What's the right decision to make? Using your third eye, your intuition, and it would tell you about competition, jealousy, envy, all of the seven deadly sins of the devil. But right here we got five, and you probably identify five. We also had three of them on those masks, so you could be identifying people who are very chaotic, who are very jealous, envious, and always causing chaos, drama, and conflict every time they come around or everywhere they go. They bring that energy, that dragon energy with them, and you could say, I see through you. When the time you were young and now you're old and you're still on the same thing and nothing's changed. And so I already sense that it's coming. And so there you go. Or it could be a generational thing that you are aware of. This could be a mother and a child. This could be the same person. So you take it however that resonates. Okay. Your crown chakra, we have 8 of air. So this is your crown. It talks about being trapped. It also talks about restrictions. It can talk about mental instability, feeling like you're caged in, feeling like you're locked in to a cell, or feeling like you are spiritually in spiritual prison and spiritually locked up. So if your crown chakra is spiritually locked up, that's your manifestation core. You have to get out of this restrictive seeing things from one side mindset, right? And we did talk about the mindset, the 5 of Pentacles, and now here's the 8 of Swords. So that is not good energy to have in a crown chakra unless you're restricting your crown chakra and from other people. And this is Gemini energy. When you sit down and meditate and actually reflect on what makes you feel trapped, what makes you feel stuck, and then you make the necessary changes, you do the necessary communication, and you act on it, and you stand by it, and then you start restricting yourself from people that you feel like puts you in this feeling of mental entrapment. That is how you start the process of actually using the higher positive level of this, because as you can see here, this bird looks like he's trapped here on and unable to fly on this string. So this could be like strings, piano strings, trapped and stuck in a community, stuck in a routine cycle that just keeps cycling out, and this bird just stuck here and stays the same. You can actually fly. So the first thing you have to understand is you're not actually stuck. The bird can just fly off, right? That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know, if there's any people around you that are making you feel this way, you might need to kind of restrict yourself from them people. So this could be high positive energy, just channel straight through the Most High. The messages are come and channel in through your crown chakra to you and telling you that these people are trying to restrict you. So you restrict yourself from these people, and therefore they can no longer mentally afflict you or mentally inflict you, because they have no access to you, and therefore no access to your crown chakra, because you're keeping your crown locked on your head, and they're not able to get in. Nothing else can get in. You see these lines are solid, and if you think about driving, you can move through this pathway, this narrow pathway here. You can drive down these lanes. This bird can fly through these lanes, but nothing else can get in. So that is the high vibration of Gemini energy. And that 8 of Swords, a lot of readers will just look at it as like a mental prison or mental entrapment. But sometimes being in your own head is what I know Geminis to be. My little brother is a Gemini. Sometimes being in your own head is kind of the best place to be, to not be influenced or have negative outside influences that may get into your mind space and fuzzy this all up and making it all chaotic. So you take that however it resonates for you. This isn't, the Aries card did come out, so it's at the root. So you are working on clearing up things, working from the bottom up, and that's always the best place to ground yourself in your essence and your energy, and then work up from there. Start speaking your truth, and you might need to restrict yourself in order to protect your crown, okay, so that nobody has access to it. So overall energy we have is the Man, which is the Star card. So healing, restoration, belief, walking by faith and not by sight, shining your light, embodying this light energy, and keeping all the dark spaces away, because the dark cannot exist in the light. So you are purifying yourself, and that is beautiful energy. So that is your reading, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the season. Bye.